Mike Krzyzewski.
Mushrooms, something. This is why we play.
Bulle Bulle. Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Giannis Antetokounmpo. Alley-oop.
Alley-oop. Double dribble.
Double-double.
Close.
I'm a little teapot.
Say that again? Ham and cheese sandwich.
How much time I need? No? I am a little teapot.
I'm licking a teapot. Uptown Funk, you up?
Up in front. Baby Shark.
Baby Shaq? Baby Shark. Baby Shark.
That's actually much better than you often see guys do. We see this a lot of NBA arenas.
Yes, and English, not their native language, too, which is always embarrassing to me, right? They speak better English than I do growing up.
I love it. They nailed Giannis Antetokounmpo.
They did.
That was great.
It's not an easy one.
And they didn't say Giannis. Right? They didn't say Giannis.
Giannis. He did it right.
Time for some stories to start your morning. Sponsored by Gillette Clear Gel. Team LeBron beat Team Giannis in last night's All-Star game, 178-164. Kevin Durant took home the MVP honor, scoring 31 points, grabbing 7 boards. Chris, what did you think of the All-Star game?
I actually really enjoyed it, and I haven't enjoyed the All-Star game really since like 2013 when they began shooting so many three-pointers. But I guess I've gotten used to that, and it's become a showcase for just tremendous dunks, you know, off the glass and 360s, and the three-point shooters, maybe they're hitting a higher percentage now. But I thought it was a good game. I enjoyed it. I thought at first LeBron had the cool kids who, you know, weren't going to play hard, and Giannis's guys were like, we want to win. But obviously LeBron's team came back in the end, and he just had the better team.
Yeah, well, then that gives into the GM LeBron thing, right? Well, if you just make him GM of the Lakers, then all these problems will be solved.
He got you a title in Cleveland as a GM.
I don't love it. I love basketball. I think basketball's in a great place. I think these guys have more collective talent than any group we've ever had. I really believe that. I don't think this is a great representation of it.
Have you ever enjoyed it, though? Did you enjoy it back in the day?
I mean, I did, but
Dr. J.
Yeah, I mean, the last time I really watched an All-Star game was Magic Johnson came out of retirement and hit that shot. I mean, look, they're freak talents, but there's no defense. It's not real ball.
Like, we used to get excited when Isaiah would dribble behind the back and between his legs all the time. And those were great, but they're doing this all the time.
With teammates.
Yeah, they also play against each other all the time.
All right, let's go back to Saturday night. Hamidou Diallo won the dunk contest. It was highlighted by his leap over Shaquille O'Neal. Doug, what did you think of the dunk contest?
I thought it was good. I mean, you know, it's interesting. We look back historically, and there's been so many incarnations of it. People forget that they canceled it for a year, and then there was a lockout year as well. I don't know if they canceled it because Brent Berry won the dunk contest, right? Like, why guy wins and you shut it down? Actually, Kobe then won the next year, then they shut it down. But, like, I thought it was good. I think we're going a little crazy on the Diallo dunk just because he used his hand and pushed off the Shaq. I didn't like the Kitty Hawk one. I thought that was a bit much.
John Collins, yeah.
John Collins.
Right.
It was good. Every time I think I've seen every dunk that I could ever see, I do find a new one. But you need the superstars to be in this thing. Like,
unless somebody just does something spectacular. Like Zach LaVine, you didn't need the superstars. Aaron Gordon, you didn't need it. But that happens every few years. You know, then there's those where you don't have the big names and they're good dunkers, but they're not historic type dunkers, and that's when it's not as good. I thought this was fine. I actually think you could argue Dennis Smith Jr. was the best dunker. He just missed too many.
He missed a lot.
Well, that's the other thing is forget how few some of those guys used to miss back in the day. In the dunk contest.
All right, so the three-point contest and Joe Harris beating hometown hero Steph Curry. Afterwards, Harris said beating Curry was a surreal experience. Chris, how shocking was this upset to you?
What are you shocked by?
I don't know if I'll be shocked by anything in the three-point shootout because obviously they're all good and it's not that big of a deal. Doesn't mean Joe Harris is a better three-point shooter than Steph. But it was nice to see, you know, Harris, look, he's had a nice little year. Obviously, Brooklyn is really playing great basketball. He's a part of that.
Because they shoot the three so
yeah, right. So it's good to see him get rewarded. I remember when Tim Legler, you know, former colleague at the other place, won it in '96 in San Antonio. So this reminded me of that.
Was it shocking? No, it was the most Virginia thing ever, most Virginia basketball thing ever, right? Guy comes in with his big old beard, doesn't even smile, makes a bunch of jump shots, takes the trophy, and walks out the door. It was like, really, Joe Harris is going to win this thing? Like, yeah, Joe Harris is going to win this thing.
He's shooting 47% on the year.
It's really, I mean, the guy can really shoot the ball. Like, that's all three of these guys. I mean, Buddy Hield, of course. And it's also interesting on how it's become a bigger part of the weekend because it's a bigger part of the sport.
Right.
Fun to watch. Finally, Jayson Tatum won the NBA skills competition Saturday night. But according to Tatum, it's not the only piece of hardware he's taken home this season. Tatum said the Celtics will win the finals this year. It's, of course, been an up-and-down season for Boston, who currently is fourth in the East with a record of 37-21. Doug, what is the ceiling for the Celtics this season?
Michael Jordan said the ceiling is the roof, right? That's what... I think the ceiling is an NBA championship. Now, look, it's been disjointed, right? Between the backcourt and who gets minutes and who starts, and the front court and Gordon Hayward until maybe the last 3 games before the All-Star break, looking like a shell of his former self. Jayson Tatum getting more touches, getting more shots when Kyrie doesn't play. But then Kyrie, I do think one of the things missed was he was playing the best basketball of his life before.
And they won. They were 6-1 in those games.
They were rolling.
It's not like they were struggling.
Yeah, he was scoring, he was passing, he was playing better defense. This is a team, though, that's built to take down the Warriors, right? They got hybrid defensive players. They got a stretch 5. They got a big 5. Like, this is a team that, if they're right, they could challenge for the entire thing. They just haven't been right in terms of their chemistry and working together, and their health has been an issue.
I'm with you in that. I would say a ceiling is the championship. Now, obviously, Golden State's the heavy favorite, and they should be, and I think they will win it. What I'm saying is I think Boston has as good a chance as any other team in the NBA to win the championship. The East, we're going to talk about this later, but the best thing is we don't know who's the best team. I don't pay attention at all to their 4th seed. I don't care about that. Boston is capable of winning the Eastern Conference. And what I like about Jayson Tatum's statement is that it shows that he's like putting it out there publicly. Like, look, everybody knows about our differences between kind of the young guard and Kyrie. But that's not going to stop us from getting where we want to go. Like, I think it exudes that type of confidence and tells everybody, look, we can get past this. What I didn't like is he's being too definitive for a team that's not going to win the championship because it's going to be Golden State. He should have been more like, we're going to keep our, we're going to make this run, at getting to the finals, or make this run at winning an NBA championship. That would have showed confidence as well without being so definitive.
Well, I mean, look, I'm sure that I don't think there's any athlete there that doesn't think if I had the right guys around me, we can't win a championship, right?
Well, we're not right guys around you.
They went to
do you think your team right now, do you think LeBron thinks the Lakers are going to win the championship?
No, but I think he thinks they're a little bit better. And if you ask LeBron,
he thinks they're great.
If you ask LeBron, I bet he would say, well, I don't know.
Well, he's been asked, and he said, hey, it takes time. We're building. We're just trying to get better every day. Like, I don't think many of players would come out and say, we're going to win. I don't think Damian Lillard from Portland is coming out and saying, we're going to win.
But Damian Lillard wasn't in the Eastern Conference Finals Game 7 last year and missed all those threes without Kyrie Irving and Gordon Hayward.
The East was much weaker last year.
I understand, but I'm saying in the mind of Jayson Tatum, like, look, we make a shot, in the 3rd quarter. We were
one game away from,
and we didn't even have Kyrie. Like, I don't think it's crazy talk. And I don't think the Golden State Warriors are nearly as good as they've been, right? Like, I do. I'm not convinced that DeMarcus
Cousins has helped.
He's helped somebody's hurt themselves.
But I think people look at any of these teams in the East, and their depth is a factor. Like Boston believes in their depth.
Well,
believes
Milwaukee
in their bench,
has
believes
depth.
in wins.
Toronto has depth.
Exactly. So how much do you think Boston? So you can make a case for any of these top 4 teams in the East to get to the NBA Finals. How much do you think, for example, with a team like Boston, it's going to depend on the matchup? If they come in 3rd or 4th, if they're playing Milwaukee or Toronto.
Well, obviously the matchup really well with the 76ers. They nearly lost to Milwaukee Bucks last year, right? Like, lost in the hole, they were better. Lost in the hole, they were better.
Nearly as good.
No, and Milwaukee is better, and they've done a great job in their front office. I mean, the Brook Lopez acquisition, opening up the lane with a stretch 5.
And getting Mirotic.
And getting Mirotic then late. Also, more shooting has been great. We'll see how it works out in the playoffs. And I agree with you, Sarah. I mean, you cover this league on a daily basis. The 76ers had a really good bench. bench, and now they have no bench. They have gone all in, but it's basically 4 starters and J.J. Redick, and then that's kind of it. So I don't know how that works out over a long playoff run
and
as
where's
well.
the continuity?
I just don't think it's crazy. I just don't think it's crazy for Jayson Tatum to go like, yeah, we can win the whole thing.
He didn't say we can. He said we will.
See, I don't
That's
think
the difference. That's all I'm saying.
He's also been in the league for
If
like...
LeBron came out and said that would be the lead story on every show. What is he talking about? He's going to win the championship, you know? So, look, I'm not mad at Jayson Tatum. I just think it was a reckless thing to say.
He's also
say
like 50,
we can.
but he didn't say like...
we're going to get on this run and do our best to win a championship.
He didn't do faux now. He didn't do like, we're going to beat the Celtics.
They said we're going to
beat the Rockets. We're going to beat the... Huh?
He said we're going to win the championship.
Yeah, why not?
I like it. I like it. We don't know how the question was posed either. All right,
I don't know if y'all like it if a
move on to another saga of Anthony Davis. He'll remain on the Pelicans for the rest